Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Okay, Khan. All right, shalom. So we back again with another live lesson. Before we get going, all honor, praise, and glory be to Heavenly Father in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Wakakodash. Double honors to the hopefully like elder apostle slave to be saved. Lord willing, starting with those at the GMS church, and shalom to the rest that may be out here under the same doctrine. Shalom to you, brothers. Onward to the men here at this congregation, at this faction of the hopefully like assembly, on the comment board, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, in the order, given all diligence and all true faith and sincerity. And to the rest of you believers, shalom to you as well. Those of you that's in on this faith of Yahweh Shai. All right, there's like race, women and children and men. All right. Those of us that's about to go on to be found to, possibly have been of the house of David the whole time. So back with another live lesson, man. And in this lesson, okay, we're going to be pretty much addressing what? We're going to be addressing pretty much the state you find yourself in sometimes in this world, in society, trying to pretty much cope with, the fact with how we're dealt with, which is unjust, unfair, to the unlearned, really. And a place where you can just be you, you know what I'm saying? Just, a little tiny space, so that's what we're going to be dealing with, which is in this, title, which is understanding where the superior in the inferiors world for esteem, towards our own. So understanding where the superior is what this is where this should actually take you when you feel like that. All eyes on you, Esau wants you, you know what I'm saying? People you got the stigma on you, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But that should bring you to this, and this is where I was brought upon meditation, and this just simply understanding, understanding that we're the superior in the inferiors world for esteem towards our own. So yeah, you got, Jake that can't even go to the traffic light successfully. Jake that can't go to the corner store successfully. Jake can't throw functions. One, we know we curse and we bring stuff on our, we bring, curses upon ourselves. But the world, like they say, all odds against you. The world is against you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're dealing with. Okay? That's what we're dealing with, man. That's really what it comes down to. We don't really get a fair shake in this world, man. Okay? So, you can let it bother you, and you just be like, you could try to protest with Jake. You can hold your head down and, lose self-esteem. Or you can just come to the understanding that we being treated like this because we're superior. You know what I'm saying? They don't allow us to get up. They don't allow us to really dominate and fully come to, our fullness that we could on this side. We're not allowed to do that. Why? Because this is the inferiors world. These so-called white people, everybody that's not Israelites are inferior. They are the inferior ones. And really, if you want to get into it, which we won't even do, not at this point, So I'll retract that statement. But that's what that, you can either mope around about it, or you can see it for what it is, man. That we're just inferior. And it basically brought me into the thought process, like, you know what? I can't say I would treat me like this too if, because that's like, like they say being a player hater or something like that. Uh, the whole I'd do that too if I knew, what I'm saying, like this person was better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty much how Esau owned it. So it ain't something to hold our heads down about, man. We're the superiors in the inferiors world. Okay, you got something?
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and I'm gonna read verse 9, start at 9. It says, "For I think that the Heavenly Father has set forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men." Verse 10 says, "We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye
Well,
are
you know what? Hold that, because that's jumping the point. You know what I'm saying? Because we really, at this point, we're assessing specifically what I was just said, which is what? Our people as a whole. Outside of the fact that we, actually the people of the most high, you know what I'm saying, like as far as lots and things go, but just in the initial sense, that we superior just because we the people of the most high, without getting into details of, the ministry and stuff like that. Just, because when you you ain't like when you out and about, you always walking around. You ain't walking around with a camp sign. You got those simple jakes that walk around with fringes on and stuff like that when we already targeted. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we really gotta just deal with the fact that we're the superior in this world. Like for example,
I got something.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
No, you can bring out the example.
Huh?
So you say you had an example. Go ahead and bring it forth.
Okay, yeah, I got something. Yeah, this is St. John 17, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not we're not always walking around teaching. We teaching, with just by living the truth, but we're not always, in the sense, like in this mode. This ain't what's always being perceived, but at least not at this point, But this is St. John 17, and I'm gonna start at verse. This is all really good. I'm gonna start at 15. It says, verse 15. It says, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. So at the end of the day, really, we're gonna get this in context because, you know what? Let's do that. We're gonna start at verse. We're gonna start at verse. We're gonna start at 4. I have glorified thee on the earth. Yeah, dealing with Yahweh Shai. Brought out what his will, what the Most High's will was about. As he says, written of me to do thy will. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So be that example, be that light. But anyway, because that word is the light, Yahweh Shai is the word. But anyway, I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. Yeah, initially for part 1. And now, O Father, glorify thou, which he did when he first came, right? And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. Yeah. It's time. We really be talking about that exaltation, right? Because that's what's to come after the work is done, But anyway, it says, I have, because really, you think about it, what makes the Most High the Most High? Everything he ever did. You know what I'm saying? All his works, it declares that he's the Most High. You know, he got works that glorifies him to be the most high because other men can't obtain to it. It's too up there for him. You know, it's beyond their reach. You know, but anyway, and he made everything through Yahweh Shai. So, but anyway, it says, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Yeah. So Yahweh Shai, he what? He went to Israelites that was in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like just regular men, right? Taught them the word while they were in the world, you know? And then eventually they came out of the world. But in one sense, is that completely? No, that's just in the spiritual sense, right? Let's go on to the point. Because we still in the world, you know? So that's why I say we're not always in this mode. So at the end of the day, like it say, for we have this treasure in earthen vessels. You see what I'm saying? Like meaning we still live regular lives. We still regular men, if in a sense, if you will, like on a instant level, you know, on the surface level, you know. So and how Shai he gonna go on to prove this? Well, you know what I'm gonna read, but it says now they're not now. It say they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me, right? Did send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Now, why? Why is he praying for them? Because we will still find ourselves, even though, because Yahweh came to us in the world. Now, it's in so many ways that you pretty much you can go with it, but pretty much he's praying for us because we still in the world. We never really left the world. We're not in the world spiritually, but we're still physically here. We still have to get our daily bread. We still gonna have run-ins with Esau, right? And even in that sense, initially, we literally in Esau world, right? Because you got two worlds. You got our world, the world of Israel, Isaiah 45:17, and then you got Esau's world, which is trying to be realized in Esau's world. That's the heavy part, right? But anyway, it says, and all my so Yahweh said he's praying for them, right? That will get it because of that. Because even though we got this treasure, it's still in earthen vessels. Even though the Yahweh came to us in the world, right? We're still, we're still amongst the world. So he's praying for us, man. It says, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world. See that? That's another reason he's praying for us. But these are in the world. See? But these are in the world. So it's different ways to be in the world. We're not in the world spiritually, but we're still amongst the world. So to say we're in the world, matter of fact, if we can get that word for in,
Okay.
you get that word for in, but it says, and then let's also read it. Let's read it in the, see what we got. Let's get it in the Greek first. St. John. Okay, because this is something we got to realize, man. See, because you're coming to the truth and you think you got some that may think they're gonna get on a spaceship, everything's supposed to end. And then when it don't go like that, because you got the wrong understanding, it's just everything's supposed to change, everybody's supposed to love you, you're supposed to get this word, everybody's supposed to listen to you, and they supposed to just no, it don't work like that, man. You just, a crown pop up on your head. It don't work like that. And then you end up falling out because you had the wrong understanding, man. That's why I say why. It say what? If a brother can post that scripture, we have this treasure in earthen vessels. All right, you got it. The meaning.
Lie for in.
Okay, let me jump there real quick. Yeah, Khan, it's right here. Yeah, I am no more.
So like,
These are in the world. Yeah.
Khan.
Okay, we got in, getting it in the Greek.
Strong's G 1722. N.
Ooh.
N.
Yeah, among. Yeah. See that? It say almost, Strong's definition. It says almost, all together, among, right? This is what we get. It's a certain relation, a relation of rest. Yeah, almost. Under. Yeah, all those words fit. We're under the world right now. We're subject to Esau, man. He said, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and unto the Most High what's the Most High. So we're not, when people say we're not in the world no more, that don't mean we're not still amongst the world. That don't mean we still not under the world. What world? Esau's world. The principalities. That's why when we even doing this work, we still subjected to agreeing with our adversary quickly. And then when we're not pushing forth the word like a lesson or hitting the highways and byways, we still subject to that. Why? Because we're still in the world. But when you go into the word in, so for you, so you can get it, so you won't, pretty much have it unto you as a stumbling block, you can also look at it like what? Specifically, among, if that's a better word for you, So it's two ways to be in the world. We're not in the world spiritually, but we're amongst the world still. We're still in the world physically. We're still under the world, meaning we're subject to Esau, and these inferiors. Okay. So yeah, that's basically that. All right. Now, if we can can you read that in the NLT?
Yeah, Khan.
Mm-hmm.
St. John chapter 17 and verse 11.
Because like I said, we're dealing with some. Just go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. It's cool.
Khan. Verse 11, it says, now I am departing from the world. Mm-hmm. They are staying in this world.
One more time. It cut out. It cut out. Say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. St. John 17, 11, NLT. Now I am departing from the world. They are staying in this world. But I am coming to you.
See, there it is. They are staying in this world. Who's the they? That's in its truth. See, we're staying in the world. It ain't like we got the word and we what's that instantly transmitted to the kingdom or something. No, not physically. In the spirit we did, but physically we still here, man. And see, if you lack that understanding, it can cause your self-esteem to drop, because when you not already not seeing that, right? And you that's happening to you in a place where it's not your time, it's not your rule, it's Esau's rule, right? And you're targeted. You can feel the stigma that they tried to put on you amongst these people. It could literally cause your esteem to drop because you lack the understanding. But if you get the understanding correctly about what's going on, you're going to understand this, which is what we're getting into right now, that part, this particular part. And then ultimately what? It's not even that in regards, how the world treats us. It's just the fact that hard work is. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So the Lord, he kind of used that mechanism or methodology in this sense for us. The best way to show us we was superiors is putting us at the bottom. Because when you born with a golden spoon, you don't know what nothing look like. You just like the in the kingdom, The 2/3 ain't gonna know, you're just gonna be born into it. You ain't even, But when you gotta work for it, it's clear. You're gonna be like, man, yeah. Like we know we superior, because look, with us having to work so hard in this world, we able to look at everybody else like, yeah, y'all trash, because y'all can't take what we take. When y'all meet the same exact predicaments that we meet, y'all off yourself. These so-called white people off themselves. They can't deal with it. And then with us being at the bottom, it's so beautiful. We know we the superior ones, because we still catch up and shit on niggas in industries we not even giving a fair shake at. We was at the bottom at. How we pass you? How we billionaires? We supposed to be slaves. You know what I'm saying? And well, it ain't even that we billionaires because like niggas just being coons. Jake like literally rightfully billionaires, millionaires. Look at our value. You see what I'm saying? So it's the best way for the Lord to show us what in this particular situation, that what we're the superior. So that's what you're supposed to come to the understanding on, that we're the superior. We're just simply the superior in the inferiors world. So that's why we're going to be targeted. That's why he's going to make sure he makes you the butt of all jokes. We in his world, but we're the superior one. So he can't let that, he wouldn't even have a world. He has to stick it to us. They have to put stigmas on us. This is why Yahushua say, I pray for you, man. They hated Yahushua. We didn't have nothing. They want to kill Yahushua as a baby. So this is the understanding we got to come to in order, for esteem towards our own. Understanding we're the superior in the inferiors world, for esteem towards our own. Our own what? Our own world, man. The kingdom. Because once again, when you come into this truth and the crown don't pop up on your head, the sky don't crack immediately. Your family don't listen to you, even though that's what the reality should be. You ain't treated like the top man, and that causes, and then that causes your head to drop, and then you are in a world where it's not your time, it's Esau's world. So you completely you're gonna be oppressed, you're gonna be picked on, you're gonna be blackballed, because the world we're in belongs to very inferior people. They envy you, he hates you, he's scared of you. They gotta make up lies just to deal with us. You know what I'm saying? They literally gotta make up lies just to do. Oh, he's black. Oh my God, he's gonna steal something, just so they won't have to acknowledge the fact how great we are, man, how pure we are. And as far as potentially, they gotta poison our food. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep talking about, the point is clear right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the point, man. So that's just the reality of it, man, that you just got to understand we're the superior in a very inferior people's world, man, starting with Esau. Well, it's really just Esau. The other nations really don't even matter, because it's not their world. They can get a piece of the pie in this world, because this is a world of a heathen who's the chief heathen, being Esau, the so-called white man, but it's not their world ultimately. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. Not even in a sense, scripture is just not. They just get a piece of the pie. But you want to understand this for what? Esteem towards our own. Because when you don't, your head gonna drop, because the crown didn't pop up on your head. No one's listening to you. Everybody think you a bug out. It's like, yeah, it's backwards. Yeah, it is spirit shattering. You can't even come around. Everybody think you crazy. You already was treated like that before you knew the truth, but now it's like, damn. You want to put on fringes. You probably want to put on fringes someday. You probably just want to be like, man, you probably want to put Yasha Allah all over your car. But, so with the fact that you can't, and you being treated like this in all regards, if you will fall out, man, if you don't understand this, man. But if you do, it gives you esteem. It brings your esteem back up. And it's going to move you forward, this is a key to the kingdom of heaven, man. Because people that don't get this particular understanding, what is going to help you cope? What's going to be your coping mechanism with the fact that we're the superiors in an inferiors world that has a date to end, but we don't even know the date. So it comes down to one's own discipline and you know, patience. We don't even fucking know when we getting out of here. We know what it's gonna probably what to look for, but we don't know. And while you know you superior, like the Lord proved it to you, so it's like agonizing. You got something?
La.
Okay, let me finish this and then we're gonna get to it. So this is matter of fact, you can finish.
Yeah, kind. St. John chapter 17 and 11 in the NLT, it says, "Now I am departing from the world. They are staying in this world."
One more
But-
time on that.
Yeah. "Now I am departing from the world. They are staying in this world.
We live here. We gotta live here, man. Go ahead.
But I am coming to you."
Yep. We got to get through this world just to get to our world. This is that path. This is that straight gate.
Yeah, kind.
The straight gate is in Esau's world. That's very hard. If you can get to the kingdom, if you can walk, if you can survive, if you can, if you can stay on the trail of life, which the trail is here, you got to go through Esau's world to get there. But if you can successfully go through it with knowing Esau's world is completely surrounded by it, or it's surrounded, this trail is surrounded by Esau's world, man, you got it, brother.
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, continuing, it says, "Holy Father, you have given me your name. Now protect them by the power of your name so that they will be united just as we are."
Now, why do we need to be protected? Because it ain't our world yet. We got the word, but we didn't get the world yet, man. Our world is being realized while in Esau's world. That's the point. So how do you deal? You got it with these particular type of understandings. You got to walk around in a world where you painted like a thief. You an angry so-called black. Like here it is, we was hung, and you got to walk around like you was the one hanging people. Just because you want to be outside, get some fresh air. Damn devil want to speak to you. How you doing? You know how I'm doing, you fucking devil. You, man. Don't ask me how the fuck I'm doing, but you deal with wisdom. You supplant. Because they think they thought it was over with. Anyway, so I'll pick back up, or you can keep, I'll pick back up. What verse you left off in?
Verse 11.
Verse 12, back in the KJV. "While I was with them in the world." See, Yahweh was in this, man. Look how he had to deal. He completely had this understanding that we're the superior in the inferiors world, But really, that's a real good side point, like through the spirit, that this is the path. This is the straight gate. You can look at it like, really, the straight gate is in. It just happens to go through Esau's world. It's just like when we was trying to get home to Israel. The Lord showed us that we would have to walk through Edom, even though they didn't let us. See that?
Yeah.
And made us walk around.
Yeah, that was the main obstacle.
We had to pass. Yeah, that was our main obstacle. We had to pass Esau's. And he said, Esau came out, the Edomites came out and said, "If you don't leave, we're going to kill you. You better walk around." We said, look, we just trying to survive. We ain't going to touch nothing. We ain't, if anything get touched, we'll give it back to you. So that was spiritual. That was a foreshadow of now. To get to Israel, we got to go through Edom. We can actually get that account. But continue, it says, "While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept." And another example, I think that's what, Mark 12, I want to say that is, when Yahweh paid the taxpayers, but he only did it just because, you know, he like, man, just basically like, just get out of my face, just so he can get it done, you know? Just to get through. Because that was obviously a part of him. He couldn't got on that cross without paying them that day. So he did it. He had to do it. You know? But it says what? It says, those that thou, and we supposed to see ourselves in that happened. Remember, he's the author and finisher of our faith. So everything we deal with in this world as Hebrew Israelites, Yahushua went through. And look how he dealt with it and treated it. But we also can see why. And now also what his understanding was, because Yahushua is supping with us right now, man. This is what his understanding for why he went on through it and how he got on through it. The whole purpose was to get to our world, man. You know? Look how he dealt with Esau. He like, yo, this is an inferior people. They, you know, they scared as hell. You know? It ain't that nothing's wrong with me. It's just they're targeting me because this is their world, and I just happen to be and I'm just the superior one, you know, while in your world, you know. See, in our world, Esau, he was the inferior in his world, and he's gonna be the inferior in our world, man. It's just how the Lord did it. We'll do it to show show that we superior, you know. Like he said, I have said ye are gods, but ye shall die like men. You know? Let me grab that real quick. I want to keep talking. Psalms 82. Okay. Psalms 82. Just to hit a quick point, Psalms 82 and Slakia 82 and 6. It says, I have said ye are gods, right? And all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So yeah, I'm gonna read on. Arise, O the Most High, right? Power, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Yeah, once we get through this path, and now this path of what? Realizing we're gods while dying like men, which is a manifestation of the fact that we gods. Because look how we deal with death. You know, and it's godly death. It like we being martyrs, Jake being murdered by Esau. They gods, but they even the 2/3, they gods, but they dying like men. You know, but look how we deal with it. Our people godlike, man. That's godly. They ain't bearing grudges and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, because some of us just be like, man, we just can't win, man. Man, no, we the superior in the inferiors world. So they this is how they deal with it. This is their coping mechanism. We gotta have ours, they got theirs. You know? And we use that we gotta understand that for esteem towards our own, man, to keep moving forward. To the point of what? When the Lord arise and judge the earth, and he goes on to inherit all nations. And when he inherits all these nations, he's gonna put them under Yahushua's feet, put them on our feet, starting with Yahushua first. You know, alluding to Psalms 110 and 1. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. See, the Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, ruled out in the midst of thine enemies. See, we're gonna, you know, period. So it's things we gotta go through in order to get to, you know, the other side of it. See that? So Yahushua was told to sit. He had to sit. Oh, that take you to what? Psalms, Salaki, not Psalms. Real quick one. I want to get through the 17. I'm gonna pass it. But this is Sirach 11 and 5. It says, many kings have sat down upon the ground, you know, starring Yahushua, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown. See that? So, but that wearing of the crown is it came after the kings having to sit down. You know? Period. They chained us up because we were superior, man. We don't want your fucking dog. You don't want a dog to bite somebody. You put him on a chain. He a beast, man. You know? He'll fuck some shit up. We gotta tame him. That he shall put a yoke of iron around your neck. You can look at that like, all the time, or you can see power in that, man. You know? You can see power in that, man. Or you can see power in that. Once again, why would he put a yoke of iron around our neck, man? Why he got to continuously brainwash us, target us? Because we're superior, man. We're potent. We're powerful, man. We're kings. We're a nation of priests and kings, man. That's why. We're superior. We're the stronger one, man. He's the weaker one. By design. That's how, man. Go ahead. If you got something, you got it.
Yeah, I'm going to grab this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Genesis chapter 25. Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Yeah, and that's us, man. You can speak on it. You got it.
Well, that's it. It's talking about Israel. That's us. We clearly stronger than them. You can see that in all the chains they put us in. The elder brother was just saying, like, the fact that they gotta brainwash us, the fact that they gotta constantly come at us in all these ways, the fact that they keep us occupied in things like sports where we actually excel. We could look at that like, well, obviously we like hamsters on wheels, but it's also the fact that we're in that position and we're the only people that really can uphold those positions. The whole world want to see us do these amazing things. So, you have your Michael Jordans, your LeBron James, your Michael Vicks, soccer players in that world, the Pelés and so on and so forth, man. We are literally that standard. That's why they do so much to keep us in this position, but it's power in that. And again, as we just read, that the one people shall be stronger than the other. We see that clearly in those things that we just mentioned, but also in many other fields. And the beautiful thing is, it says that elders shall serve the younger. And that's what our ultimatum is to get to.
And why? Because the elder will have put the younger in captivity, man. Okay, we can get that. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, Con, you bring that up.
In Deuteronomy?
Yeah, Revelation.
Oh, Revelation. Okay, Slakia. Yep.
Yeah,
Revelation chapter 13. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
Yeah, it was 2 male sons born, man. It was 2 sons born. Okay, go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Which is why the elder was written to serve the younger, because Esau had put his brother in captivity off the fact that he's stronger, off the fact of what he got, off his hate. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This is Genesis. This is Genesis 25. Actually 27. 27 and 40. It said 41. It says, and Esau. Let me start at 40. And by the sword thou shalt live. Yeah, Esau blessing. And shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion. How? Because he would oppress it. He would put Jake into slavery, man. Why? Because Jake was powerful. Jake a beast. Jake a dog. Jake could take over. Jake took over. You know how many times we done took over in their world, man? How we get the dark ages? Because we that powerful, man. He said, I can never let that happen again. I don't even want them to know they did that, man. I'm gonna whitewash everything. I'm gonna make something called the Renaissance, which means rebirth. Right? It says what? It says, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Off Slakia. that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. The yoke is supposed to be on his neck. He's the homeborn slave. Israel is not. Jeremiah 2:11. You know? And what would he do? What would this do? Look, Isaac told Esau that. So Esau like, yo, he gonna put me in chains? So he like, nah, let me put his ass in the chain, which he'll be able to do based off the nature between the two, because the manners that was talked about between the two, you know. Jake, as perfect as Jake is, right? That perfection will be gotten through trial and error, which is where you can see Jake's strength at. Because Jake always come back. Jake always bounce back. Jake like a Chucky, man. You know? Like if you watch every movie, Chucky really gets stronger from the last one. You know? He come back with a better, you know? And Esau, he Jake twin brother. So he like Jake in the left hand, you know, literally just opposite. You know? So they go about dominant things and certain traits or getting to certain things. They basically after the same thing, but they both taking different ways to get there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so he like, man, he gonna put me in slavery. Let me not allow that to happen. See, Jake weak. Jake ain't, you know, Jake won't kill. Jake won't murder. I kill. That's how Esau come into ruling.
Exactly.
Jake be humble and, you know, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. You know, yes, sir. Jake, yes, sir, his way to millions, to billions. Esau slaughtered and raped and robbed his way to millions, man. You know? Now, Jake wicked as hell too, you know, but Esau's the wicked. Jake's initial traits is just abandoned by the influence of others that are able to influence Jake, because Jake is said to be what? Sottish. Jake is said to be a sheep, but they just be following the wrong things, you know? So just hitting that point. But anyway, so that being told to Esau would pretty much put in his head, yo, I'm gonna put a chain on his ass. Because if he because really when you think about it, they gotta work their way to these blessings. Because they was young men at the time when they heard that. So Jake would have to live his life, you know, go walk the path to get that birthright, do things to unlock the birthright. And Esau, he would just have to live a life to where the birthright is basically unlocked by Jake, or he can live a life of trying to stop it. You know, because that was just the, you know. And as it goes on to say, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So that's why it's written that the elder is going to serve the younger, because Esau will go out his way to try to stop the birthright. He would put his younger brother into slavery, man. Because why? Really, when you get down to the nitty gritty, it's because of what Jake got. It's because of who Jake is. It's because the power, the potential of Jake, the superiority of Jake, you know. And Esau would do these things not only because of that, but due to his own inferiority complex, his Napoleon complex, man. You know, straight up. Okay. So I got some real quick. This is Lamentations 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. Our end is come. Yeah, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. Matter of fact, if you can read that Revelation one more time, and then we're going to get this.
Yeah, Revelation 13:10.
Mm-hmm.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Mm-hmm.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right.
Here is the patience and faith of the saints.
Yeah. So Esau went on and basically manifested what he said he was going to do, you know, completely. But now it unlocked, and then Jake would have to live through that, you know. He would suffer that from his own brother. Look how Jake's still acting with his brother. Stupid, but really, when you look at it in comparison to him, godly. Going back to Cain and Abel. Abel would have never did that to Cain.
Exactly.
Cain killed he killed Abel and lied to the Most High about it. And it was because why? Inferiority to Abel's superiority. His sacrifice was greater. He was a superior, period. And that was his way of coping with it. He just murdered him. You know? That's what he did, man. So, like I said, Jake would live a life, so Esau went on to manifest that, you know. Now, being the so-called white man, that's his alias. He's after his ultimate enterprise. He's trying to literally manifest that the dew of heaven, you know, the fatness of the earth. He has gotten it. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have taken lands. They successfully put us into slavery. But once again, only to go on and manifest what that we are the stronger people, man. That we are the superior ones. And we now look into your own records. We can see now is because you were inferior as well, you know. So now, what has happened? We're pretty much subjected in this world of his, man. When you go to Second Ezra 6th chapter in the 8th verse, you know that really, if you think about it, that's really how we in Esau's world. He literally took us and put us in his world. That's really what he did. I mean, all the tribes. He completely. Matter of fact, what's that? If we can get that in Second Ezra 6,
Okay.
and then I think this is in Micah. No, Nahum. Yep, Nahum 3 and 4. Okay. Because how did Esau get us into that world? You got it.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah. So Jake would basically pull his way to the scene, fight to get on, hold on to get to get to his beginning, you know. Hold on to the end of Esau to get to his beginning. But point being, Esau got his own world, and this world is written in the end. You see, even in that, it's saying it. This Esau's the so-called white man. When you see him, he's the end. So we know the end. The minute they came, the minute that red baby came on the scene and populated the earth, we was in the end. Which makes so much sense because he would be the one to go on and murder the Lord. The end will have to come. He would pollute. He would be the one to be able to go on and pollute the earth and wear out the saints, change times and seasons, utter error against the Lord. So when you see these people walking around, you seeing the end of the world, man. Okay? And Jake will hold on until the end, literally, you know, of Esau, just to get to his world, man. That's why Yahweh was told to sit, man. But the point is, how did he get us in? So we're in his world, according to that. How did he get us in that world? Slavery. Doing what he said he was going to do. When you read Micah, that's what it's telling you. When you read Habakkuk, matter of fact, let's get that Habakkuk 2 and 5. So he put chains on us, right? And then he got everybody else. He got chains on us, and he brought us from one end of the earth to the other end, and then he came to one end of the earth from another end of the earth, and got the rest of the tribes, the northern kingdom initially, right? And then sending people all out everywhere. Then he went after the rest of the people. So the moment he got us is initially how he got us in his world, and then they go on to say this. You got it.
Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death.
That's that fatness. That's him after that fatness that Isaac told him he can have. Right? Go ahead.
And is as death.
And he is as death. Go ahead.
And cannot be satisfied.
Go ahead.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
And what?
And gathereth unto him all nations. And
keep cutting it out one more time.
Yes, I like you. Start from the top of pick up.
No, it's cool. And gathereth. This is all good.
Yep. But gathereth unto him all nations. That's it. And heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah. See that? So he created this whole world, man. This how he got everybody in his world through, man, forget Micah 2 and 1.
Okay.
You know, by force, you know, and also through which we're gonna get in just a second. After this, you got it.
Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to them that devise iniquity. Right. And work evil upon their beds.
Right.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yeah. So he taking people, he took us, he took Jake. That's him getting the fatness of the earth. Right, through taking, through stealing, through murdering, through robbing, etc. Man, you know. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Khan, you could jump to Nahum 3 and 4.
Khan. Nahum chapter 3 and verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
One more time.
Yes, I like it. Nahum chapter 3, verse 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families.
That selleth nations through her whoredoms, and who else?
And families.
So selleth whole races of people through her whoredoms, through her lifestyle, through how she get down, through how he gets down, through his lifestyle. In the form of commercials, advertisements, billboards, propaganda, all the circuses, whether they literal circuses or not. This is how he would get all the races. Right? Go ahead. Ultimately, witchcraft. Come on.
Yeah, and it says in families through her witchcrafts.
And families. He don't care. He got everybody. So he got everybody in his world, man. Okay. Completely. It's through witchcraft. All right. So we're in Esau's world, man. That's why Yahushua, because this is his way, and been his way throughout time, and he's continued it, even after murdering Yahushua, completely. That's why it says, and he calls it all, both small, great and poor, rich and, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. No man might buy or sell, So this is how we in his world. We are officially in his world, and it was through slavery, man. So point being, let me see if we need to get this. Okay, Khan. We're here. All right, so let's jump to Lamentations 4. Let me see if I want to finish reading this. You know what? We probably just end on that with the spirit, and then whatever you got. Lamentations 4, and you can start at verse. You can start at verse. Salaki. Just jump to 18. It's all good.
Lamentation chapter 4, verse 18. It says, they hunt our steps, that we cannot go into our streets.
Yeah, so they literally hunting us, man. You know, you can't even walk around, man. You know, you feel like you being hunted. Like it's a spirit. That's one of the curses when you if you feel like that. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Because as many scriptures, you know, that's quoted, it could be brought out, and it really supposed to. So it's all good. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 65. It says, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease. See, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh shall give thee a slacket. But the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and felon eyes, and sorrow of mind." See that? "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would it God were even? And at even thou shalt say, would it God it were morning." You thinking you can flip the painting upside down and, you know, see it a different. No, it's you know, it's gonna come, you know, it's gonna be different. Only thing you can do is change your mind, get this truth. You know what I'm saying? And now that we got this truth, we free. See that? Because you know, basically, your esteem supposed to be like this, man. Before, you know, really getting into the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh supping with you. It says what? It says, "What God it were mourning for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see." Yeah. So that just proves that, man. You can't, you know, you can't go outside. It's like they hunting you, you feel hunted. Yeah, that's how you supposed to feel. Even, but see now, it ain't like we just cursed and just all messed up now. You know what I'm saying? Nah. It's a realization that's supposed to happen here. Because wow, remember, we're strong. Esau fold under this type of pressure, and he does. You know? He ain't standing fighting. We fighting. We ain't going to build bunkers. You know, we gonna stand like Goku when Planet Namek was about to be blew up. You know, you just die with the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck it. You know, we ain't, you know, because we godly, man. That's godlike, man. And we ain't gonna die with the planet. Once, first of all, the planet not gonna die. That's what happened in Dragon Ball Z. But that's the example I'm using. America gonna die. America gonna be destroyed, right? And we're so godlike that are people not even worrying about a bunker? Like even the 2/3. Us, on the other hand, us in this truth, we're not looking for a bunker. We're looking for ships to come get us. But see, in both aspects, you can see the godlike nature in Israel, period. Because we ain't running from shit. We gonna take, you know, y'all gonna stand and take nukes. You know what I'm saying? Like when Goku was like, he was trying, he's like, fuck, you know. He's like, I was thinking about that. Like, damn, we not even like, we really believe this. You know, when them nukes hit, hey, like you say in Psalms 100, the book of Psalms, if the Lord was at 124, if the Lord was not on our side, now may Israel say, if the Lord was not our side, surely they have swallowed us up quick, man. Because I mean, we really, you know, we really so-called finished as a nation, but we really superior as a nation, man. Like, you can't kill Jake, man.
Right.
You know? I think your mic went out.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, kai.
Yeah, so yeah, man, it's just that simple. You know, we just sitting there thinking about that, like, yo, we ain't batting the eye. Oh, y'all really think y'all gonna go to these ships? And then but what about the 2/3 that don't?
Yeah,
But Esau, yeah, what you finna say?
I said they're not even worried, basically. Jake like F it.
Like, yeah, Jake but Jake and the Spirit know they really know they good.
Right.
It's my time to go. It's my time to go. Look how Esau deal though. I was watching earlier the $1 million bunkers they got. These niggas literally got pools and it's like I think like 15 floors. The bunker 200 feet, 14 floors, and on each floor is something different. He got a workout room in one floor, a learning center in one floor, a pool resort paradise on one floor, a movie theater on another floor, you know, like agriculture on one floor, you know, and they plan to hide out there for 5 years while Jake just out here thugging. You know what I'm saying? So-called. God showing they godly, but still dying like, man, you niggas gonna die. If the Lord don't come get you, you gonna die, man. You know? But just look at how Jake looks at Els versus Esau. You know? So once again, this all just proves that we're superior in the inferiors world. You know, and it's about understanding that because that gives you esteem towards what the scriptures is telling you we have to come, which we can go ahead and jump to now. Let's finish this, but let's hold Romans 14. We're gonna get a few more. Romans 14 and Micah 3.
Yeah,
okay. So Lord willing is making sense. Okay. So that's really it, man. This is how they dealing with us. The point really proven. We're gonna still get these last scriptures, and you got something, brother. You can bring it out. But this is what's going on, man. You got people that's gonna fall out the truth because they can't see the crown on their head. People ain't listening to them, and then Esau, the world already treating them like crap, which we can get now, because that's ultimately that scripture you originally brought out. We can go ahead and get to that now, because that's ultimately why they doing it. Where it's because of who we are initially, but when you go into the details, like it's layered now. Like it's coming on, that inferiority in them is going up even higher now. Why? Because they see like, yo, so-called Christ really came to them. Yo, these are the prophets. These are the apostles. These are the gods. Before this truth really took off, it was just people just seeing, okay, we was better, and then everybody really knew we was God's children, but the reality wasn't being brought out until the Lord put the Spirit back down here, and caused it to, blossom as much as it has done now, going back to One West on to now, okay? So now the conversation, the knowledge of it is coming out. And now people are dealing with the reality, the harsh reality of what they was always trying to cope against, these so-called white people and the rest of these non-Israelite nations. They're dealing with the harsh reality of that now, because now conversation is out. Now the knowledge is coming out. Hence, we actually pouring this word out to them as well. We telling them who we are and who they are and what's the reality. That we're cursed. We pointing out to them on the streets like, yo, that's an Israelite right there. There ain't no such thing as a black person. And they can't even, and they knew it. They knew it. They knew it the whole fucking time, man. Because there was a point in time when we weren't even certain names, because they was updating our names. We used to be colored, spooks, niggas, Negroes, Hebos, black people, then African American. All these names and play instead of addressing who these people actually are. But why? Because they didn't want to address who we actually are and were. Obviously. Okay, you got it.
Finish up in the Lamentations.
Yeah, Con.
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Go ahead. Yeah, for our end is come. And that's dealing with what? The reality, man. You know, the reality of the matter, which is what? The fact that we went through all of this has showed that the kingdom is on the way according to the scriptures. You know, and the Lord is truly with us, and we truly are godly, man. You know what I'm saying? And we truly have been oppressed, and we truly need a savior. That's all it brought us to, man. You know, and the reason why this is happening is because we're in the we're in the inferiors world as the superiors. So he mad about that. He can't let us shine. The so-called white man can't let us shine. He got to say his so-called skin color is the best looking thing. You know what I'm saying? He got to say he the Messiah. He got to say we ain't nothing. We're criminals. We're thugs. You know, we're lazy. You know, we're murderers. We're gangsters. Here it is. He gave us guns, influenced us to murder, basically telling us to go out and murder, led by example on that, just so he can call us murderers. Because before that, we wasn't on that level that we are now. Jake is the worst they ever been. You signed all these murdering rappers and niggas talking about murder. Why? That's the accuser of our brethren. You know, finally, the accuser of our brother is being cast down, man. So this is supposed to lift you brothers and sisters' heads up when you out and just realize, you know, you feel like those curses, you feel that stigma, the lies, really, because we beyond the I ain't gonna say we beyond just being cursed. We know why now. We understand how it works. We understand who's causing the curses, who's furthering the curses, who's furthering the affliction, according to Zechariah 1:15, which is the heathens that are at ease. And this is supposed to actually esteem you and move forward towards the Lord's plan, you know, trusting the Lord's process, because this is all of the Lord's process, his will. See that? Proving a point to us. You know, just simply understand, okay, they just inferior. You know, that's why this is how they gonna deal, because they just inferior. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at it. Okay, but I want to get this real quick. This is and then you continue. This is Revelation 12:10. It says, I'm gonna start at 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. You see, which deceived the whole world, as we went into. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Why? Because our world is getting ready to start, and it was always appointed bounds that he could not pass. Meaning, it was always a time limit on him being able to do all this stuff. Okay, and we just had to hold on until the end of Esau, going back to the womb. And once he completely out the way and ran everything he gonna run according to these scriptures, it's our time. You know, no matter how it is for us, while he's trying to get off all these things, he's trying to get out the womb himself. You might get kicked in the face because he know you holding on. He know you right there. He's trying to escape you. The grips are, he's trying to escape your yoke. That little hand, that little baby hand was a yoke. You see what I'm saying? That represented the yoke, man. You got grasp on your ass, man. You know? He was trying to escape that. So we got kicked in the face. He's like, now. The fight for space. We did a lesson on that. You know? It was fighting for space in the womb, man. Who could, you know? Who this space belonged to, but ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta let everything run its course. Like I said, we took a few kicks to the face, man. But you know, we know why now. Intentional kicks at that. We know why now. You just hold on, man. Oh, he's scared of me. He really was trying to run out the womb.
Right.
We was probably in there beating his ass, you know? You think about it. Okay. Let me hurry up and get out of here. You know, now's my chance to, you know, I'm gonna get the birthright, like in the spirit. Then really in the spirit, and flip side, if we the stronger one, that was from the womb. You know? Beating his ass in the womb. Jake, I just can't be around you. I gotta, you know? But anyway, it say what? It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation, see, and strength, and the power, and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed, his Amashiach. For the accuser, this the point, of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before the Most High day and night, man. Through what? Putting guns and killing, murdering, stealing, make that look bad. Now the world knows what bad looks like. And then he pretty much takes on new forms of witchcraft. He start record labels, you know, and he looks for wicked jakes, you know, and let them come up if they push wickedness to try to get more of us to be wicked, to be, you know, be more of whatever the artist that he has signed is pushing is being, man, which could be a murderer, a drug dealer, a damn druggie, a thief, a adulterer. Them the niggas he signed and pushed. So he can accuse us, so he can make us look bad, man. And point be like, look, see, niggas lazy. Signing niggas called old dirty bastard.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
Yeah, to remind me of something I just read earlier is an article talking about Young Thug. You know, just the name, you know, implies a lot, but you know, they set him up, and now I don't know the details, but just simply going into what I was reading, you know, they just locked him up for
Rico.
pretty much gang activity under a Rico charge, but they set him up, and he told you his name was Young Thug. That's what he raps about, and that same image that got him on in the world is the same image that they used to take him out, and that's the same image they perpetuating and pushing to more Jakes, to the next one.
Yeah, I was thinking about that watching. I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like, you could either, like, with being a celebrity, basically the difference is, the only thing is you get to let the whole world, like, if you, with not being a celebrity, you're cursed. But with choosing to be a celebrity, the difference is you get to let the whole world know you cursed. You know? That's really it, man. The whole world knows you cursed now. You know? That's really it. Because now he has nothing. Made the nigga put a dress on, you know? And he came out supposedly saying the only reason he did it because he had to. Which we knew. You know? And now, this nigga the worst thing since Jeffrey Dahmer. While his own point his finger at him. Look, you nigga, you the reason for all our murdering in our neighborhoods, our communities. You know that you're a gang enterprise. All this stuff, you're the reason for it. No, how about the goddamn devil, man? How about the nigga that gave these niggas the drugs, showed these niggas the movies? We his slaves, right? We got to go to him in one of all things. How we end up like this? Why we end up righteous? You fuck, man. Anyway, it says, and they overcame. Now the day is dealing with us. That's in its truth. The men and women of this Israelite faith, man. What we supposed to believe in, man. The understanding we supposed to have, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding for us to become free and cope, in this inferiors world, man. For our esteem, while we realizing this, which is this faith is going to give us the realization for that if we end it correctly, and it's going to esteem us to go on while we seeing them show us why we need to have this faith and why this faith has been given to us to go on to what get our kingdom, man. Go ahead and bring forth the acts, the fruits, meet for repentance, But anyway, and they overcame by him. Who's the him? The so-called white man, the inferior, Esau, by the blood of the Lamb. See that? The one that prayed for us, that said we was in the world. We living in the world, which is why he's praying for us, man. But he gave us the word while we're here. He gave us a coping mechanism, man. He gave us a map, a playbook. He gave us the reason and why. He gave us the mindset to have, man. He gave us a reason to believe. He went through so he wouldn't be a hypocrite. You can. It's hard to listen to somebody that ain't never did it. He did it though. So we could go on and believe. Like, yeah. He told Peter, he said, look, just get that that money that come out of his mouth, and one for me and one for you, and pay him. But he hit him with something. He hit him with something in the moment of that, man. I believe that's Mark 12 and
I got it.
and 27 or something like that. He hit him with something. Might be 27, 28, or 12 and 47 and 48. One of those. I believe it's in the book of Mark. No, it's Matthew 17 and 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start at verse 24.
Yeah, kind.
Come on.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 24. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, "Does not your master pay tribute?"
Right. So that's dealing with Esau, man. And his system that he's had. It's the same system he running now. It's just evolved now. Taxing Jake, putting hell on Jake. You know what I'm saying? Taking Jake money, bill collectors, all type of stuff like that. Pay or get out. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. You got it.
Verse 25, he said yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, "What thinkest thou, Simon?"
So he said, look. So he said, Peter responded and told him, yeah, he paid. And the reason why this is happening is because we're in an inferior world, man. It was something else I wanted to say through the spirit, but you got it. So when he came back to Yahushua hollered at him about that, them doing that. Go ahead.
Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute?
Whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Meaning tax. Go ahead.
Of their own children or of the strangers?
Right. Meaning one of their own race, their own kind, was showing you Yahushua, he acknowledged so-called white supremacy. See that? Go ahead.
Peter said of strangers.
You see? And he acknowledged oppression, obviously, Go ahead.
Yahushua said that to him.
Who's the strangers? Well, if they Edomites and we're Israelites, it'll be us.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Yahushua said that to him. Then are the children free?
Right. So he basically hit him with what? The fact that we in slavery. This nigga, he got that yoke off, our yoke off his neck, right? For another time. Once again, and put it on us now, man. Understand we in slavery, man. Baruch 3 and 8. Okay, go ahead. Because of this. Go ahead.
Verse 27, notwithstanding, lest we should offend them.
Now he said, now I'm just hitting you with that, man. This was going on. You know what I'm saying? They doing this to us because they didn't put us in slavery. We're under subjection. But why would they be acknowledging that if we were supposed to be in subjection? You know what I'm saying? If we was just nobody. So more, was elaborated in the spirit of him saying like, yo, then are the children are free. We know by the fault. It's like, yeah, these damn devils, they only got so much longer though. Period. They putting hell on our people. That's what he was trying to get them to see. Go ahead. This is how Yahushua was thinking when he was here. This is how he looked at this shit.
Yeah,
here it is. Here, look, Salaki. Here it is. They the damn kings. They got everything, but they taxing the poor. And we gonna do it to y'all because y'all did it to us. But y'all did it out of wickedness. You got it.
Yeah, kind. Matthew 17 and 27. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea and cast an hook. And take
now this they world though. So don't just understand this they world. That's basically what he,
right.
What he trying to get through to him. You read it in NLT, it say, however, we don't want to offend them. You got it?
Yep. It says, go thou to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up.
Right.
And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money.
Mm-hmm.
That take and give it unto them for me and thee.
look, we just gotta hold on and get it by however we can get it. Just get these people what we need, you know, insinuating pretty much. Because why? The reason they having this conversation because they know this ain't it. This is just something. This is momentarily, man. The triumphing of the wicked is but for a moment. You know. Let me grab that real quick. Grab that real quick. This is Job 20 and 5. That the Slacky. Let me jump up. This is verse 4. It says, you know, it started at 3. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. See that? So this is basically what Yahushua was reiterating in the spirit, which is why they was having this conversation, is because of that. He like, yo, just get this. This is how we gonna deal with them. Why? Because they're clearly acknowledging that this is momentary, which is we know that's true, and they wouldn't focus on that. Yahushua wouldn't focus on that. Neither any those that knew what was going on amongst our people and understood that. Because when you read Acts 1-7, they asked, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And that was said when? While the same taxers, the tributary Edomites, they were still set up. These are the same disciples that said this, you know?
Yeah, correct.
This is after after the 3 days Yahushua, 3 days after this was 3 days after Yahushua was murdered by them. Delivered up to our people that wanted to coon and tried to become like Esau, Caesar, so-called white man, the inferior one, hide their superiority, you know, because all this stuff was going on. This was their way of coping with it, you know. But after he rose from that death, they came to Yahushua and asked him, thus showing you that's what they was talking about the whole time. It's things Yahushua did that's not even written in the scriptures. But when they came to Yahushua after he rose again, even though it was prophesied, that was the whole point of him dying. What? But in specifics, we know because Yahushua was telling them everything plainly, which in the spirit, Lord willing, was us, right? In antiquity. But one of the first things they asked him was, what? Will thou at this time restore the kingdom again to Israel? Right after he was murdered. So that shows you this is where Yahushua was getting through to them. You know? Why don't they ask him something he ain't tell them? Why would they be looking for something from him that, you know? He said, then they said it, they said, well, thou at this time, obviously he told them that he was gonna do it. Restore again the kingdom to Israel. When are we gonna get out of this, man? Are we gonna be put back in our superior position now? You see? And that's exactly why I said in the beginning, if you don't have this understanding, when you come into this truth, that's why the truth is bittersweet. You're going to look for that crown. You're going to look for the restoration of the kingdom again. At the moment you hear we the Israelites and everything click in your head like, damn, this is why this happening to us. But you're going to get offended because it ain't that simple. It ain't working it don't work like that. And then you already pissed at the fact everybody think you a bug out of our people. You know what I'm saying? Esau saying you ain't shit. And then you're like, man, what the... You know? So that's the critical thing to understand that, yo, we're the superior ones, but we're in the inferior, the inferiors world right now, man. You know? But we're having this faith while in this world, right? It should esteem you, and which is going to give you this understanding, it should esteem you to move forward towards the things we need to move forward towards, which is towards our own, man. You know, which is dealing with this head on, how we got to deal with it. We got to go through it, man. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. Where the hell you think that tribulation at? From Esau's world.
Okay.
It's that simple. You got it, brother. You can finish in Lamentations. That's basically it. Or was I reading last? Yeah,
You was
Khan.
reading. Well, we just
This
finished.
is
You was reading before that, but we just finished. We just finished reading the account.
Matthew.
Yes, Kai, Matthew
Khan.
17.
Revelation 12 and 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. See? And the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, which is what you feel in the air. You feel that them devilish frequencies, man, trying to deceive you, man, coming off these people. All these people are just basically little miniature copy paste, fucking icons of the devil, man, the Esau, the so-called white man, man. Because if they ain't coming up bowing down to you, if they ain't coming up to you telling you sorry, y'all about to get the kingdom, don't worry about it. It's their deception. Because that's the reality of the matter, man. You supposed to be bowing down, man. You supposed to be asking me how I'm feeling, you fucking devil. Fuck is wrong with you? That's what I really be wanting to say. The hell is wrong with these people, man? So that when they come off in any other way besides, you supposed to lick, you supposed to kiss the ground we walk on, man. That's the devil coming down unto you, man. He's coming down to you in the form of propaganda, in the form of mass propaganda, the media, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And in the form of these goddamn people. What manner the ruler of the city is, so are the people. He done worked on the minds of these people. So they little Esau's everywhere, man. You got niggas looking at you how the so-called white man look at you. That shit crazy. We ain't worried about Jake, but even still. But these goddamn devils, we just want some fresh air. Here it is, you feel a wrath coming down. And you like, man, but you should be esteemed now because you just gotta understand it's coming down because we superior. They put us in chains because we superior. They brainwashing us because we superior, man. They hunting our steps because we superior. They can't let you you be hot. Then here come the devil to fuck your stuff up, man. Because you superior. His world might as well be your world if he just let you rock. He can't do that, man. He might as well hand everything over to you. His women, everything. His service, everything. But it don't work like that. It says what? For the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. See that? So they the inferior ones, man. You got it.
Yeah, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Finish here in Lamentation.
Yeah, Khan.
Yep. Lamentations 4:18. It says, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven.
See that? Go ahead.
They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
Yeah.
The breath of our nostrils.
They lay wait for us in the wilderness. You would be at reserves or something like that. And the same reserves you be at Esau parked at them in a cop car, man. Patrolling. He come through, looking to see, scanning cars and stuff like that. You can't even goddamn. And you the target. If you ain't pale, wrinkled, with a hunchback, you know what I'm saying? You the target. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. They hunting for you. See, and then the Lord, he went on with showing us the scenery. He said wilderness. That's where hunting take place. And really the wilderness is the hoods. Israel is a wilderness. The scriptures tell you that. Everywhere we reside is a wilderness. So you can go out in the wilderness and hunt. Because ain't nobody over there, ain't no structure over there, ain't nobody telling you no. The people, it can be done to the people because they basically animals, if you will, then. The animals don't tell you no, don't kill me, no. I have a family, I know my right. Niggas don't be knowing the law. Niggas don't, and even though if you did, that don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But basically, it's like you animals. You don't tell them no. There's nothing you can say. It's like if I want to hunt you, I can hunt you. You know? But the reason why is because we superior, you know? And we could tell just like the animals based off how we come. Because, for instance, Esau want to hunt a lion. We ain't got to say we the weakest animal, but it's cool. It's strength in that. We the lamb. But we the lamb, lion, right? Esau want to hunt a lion, but he got to use a tranquilizer. You know? So based off how he come, we can kind of see a superiority in some regard with Esau hunting the lion, you know, or with the lion in regards to the so-called white man. And it's the same thing with us. Based off how they come with us, we should be able to look at it like that. Yo, see the superiority in it. That's why. That's why you got like, okay, you know, all right. So let me go ahead and let me arise and depart. Oh, did you bring it out?
Not yet.
Okay, Khan. Let's did you finish that in Lamentations 4? Let's see.
I left off 19.
Okay, let's get that Micah real quick. Or I can jump. If you got it, you got it.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have to start closing up. Shutting this thing down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Micah chapter.
I got nothing else anyway. Yeah, go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
So we got a kingdom coming. We just gotta, get this understanding so we can, because you'll be looking for the kingdom, maybe, but probably only for a certain duration if you don't understand everything you need to, if you don't have the understanding that you need to have when it comes to certain regards. And that's just, what we're dealing with here. Your response to this shouldn't be like, let me become like them. Let me bleach my skin so I can hide. Let me talk like this. Yeah, let me change my voice. Let me perm my hair. It shouldn't be nothing like this. Let me stop teaching this because I've done got a lot of heat on me for this. No, thank you. It's supposed to be like that. I mean, you on the right track. He that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. Esau want us the most. Matter of fact, we got to get that scripture you brought out. But he wants us the most. Okay, so we got to arise and matter of fact, go ahead and bring it out through the Spirit, the one you had.
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
So I started. Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 4.
And good work on the comment board, brother. Who else? Your brothers listening. Good work to all you brothers. I'm see if he's on point. Everything gotta be on the topic. You got it.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 4 and verse 8. Now ye are full, now ye are rich. Ye have reigned as kings without us. And I would to God ye did reign, that we also might reign with you. It says, verse 9, it says, for I think that the Heavenly Father have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels and to men.
Because that's really the real reason, because everybody got the work, including us. Okay? But see, the difference with us between Jake and the world is what? Spiritually, is because we're blessed for being persecuted for righteousness' sake. They're being persecuted, but it ain't for righteousness' sake. It's just because, Esau inferior to them too. And then they doing wicked, so the Lord is allowing them to just get judged through that for their own wickedness. But it's acted out and brought upon them through Esau's own inferiority, even in regards to them, because it's just the reality of the matter, man. And if you read that verse one more time, there's one more point I want to speak on, and you got it.
1 Corinthians chapter 4 and 9, for I think that the Heavenly Father has set forth us, the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men.
Yeah, so it's even more heat. The heat is really more so because for us in this truth, if you might want to be out and just be reading, and you probably skeptical of it, which you really shouldn't, because I be in that spirit, I want to just go out and just read the scriptures, just have my Bible in my hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, which we do, but I'm talking about like with no care about these goddamn people. But you can't really do that because it's outright target automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like double, double. Because they're like, oh, you one of the ones that know. Because don't you think, for instance, when we on the streets and they come up and they know who we are and they start spewing evil at us because they basically done heard the doctrine. They mad we woke, whatever. Right? Oh, you guys are black Hebrew Israelites. Don't you think if they was to see us outside without the garments, and we ain't got to be the camps wearing fringes on our t-shirts, which we obviously not, but don't you think they'd come up to us even in the moment when we not in those attire physically, you ain't got the sign in front of you, but you reading the scriptures, don't you think they'd do that to you then as well? If it was a such thing as free will, if the Lord allowed them, they would. Oh, you a black Hebrew Israelite? Because you're reading the Bible. How many Christians go out and do this? They gonna know automatically. You know what I'm saying? And then even if they don't say nothing, you a spectacle in that moment, And even if they do say something, it's because you a spectacle. Now look at this. It's a black man reading a Bible. He has a Bible. He's just sitting out getting some air. This shit crazy, man. It's crazy. That's all. You got it.
Yeah, kind. Verse 10, it says, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but we are wise in Hamashiach.
Yeah, because I'm at the point, I'm just about to be like, fuck it. I don't even care no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be persecuted for righteousness' sake. Say, I ain't offended at your house shop, man. Because if you listen, you come up to me when I'm so-called my off day, my off moment, just time to my personal self. I'm in the spirit all the time, And if you walk in the spirit, ain't no condemnation to those that's walking in your house shop anyway. But I'm gonna let your ass have it like I'm on the highways. It don't change. This ain't not a part-time prophet, man. All right, go ahead.
It says we are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it's just that clear. Everything we doing, everything we sought out after, example, us being out just reading, that's an honorable thing. But at the same time, it's despised. It comes with, it possibly could come with, being persecuted for doing so. And that's ultimately our life, regardless what we do. Even for those in the world, just being a so-called black person, you're an honorable being in that position, but you despise in this world simply because of who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. And then it's furthered, obviously.
Which is truly a Hebrew Israelite, but you got it.
Yeah, kind of. Which is, it's furthered you coming into this truth and truly knowing who you are, understanding what's going on. Like, that's the furtherance of it. You truly become honorable, and then you truly, become despised through you, for one, understanding and knowing it, but you're standing up against it for something, which is the word, the true doctrine of this Bible, and understanding it and perpetuating it in your life and those around you, So, we're definitely not in our world right now, and everything we do against it, is beautiful and honorable if you're in your right mind, but it's definitely all despised.
Which is why they're gonna get down on us when you read that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. He is not for our turn. He called himself the child of God, and they say we despise and all that, not because we actually are, as it says, But in the understanding with the rest of the scriptures, in harmony with the rest of the scriptures, it'll be because why? Well, it'll be because we're being accused of that, right? We're being painted like that as someone to be despised. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're hate filled. Do you know what we teach? I know what you're teaching. You know? See, when the time comes, y'all gonna get messed up, man. For you know, because the Lord don't stand for that. He a just power, man. Okay? But we gotta have this understanding that the reason these things is happening to us is because we're just we're the superiors in the inferiors world, man. Everybody is inferior to us. You know, even those that are of our own that don't take back on their God-given complex that they're supposed to have, their natural complex they're supposed to have, man. You know, you know, everybody gonna respond in an inferior way, man. You know what I'm saying? So do that mean you just deal with wisdom, okay? And it should give you esteem to keep moving forward because everything is going according to plan. Okay, so you can I'll just read this. This is Hebrews 11 and Shaki. Hebrews 14, Shaki. Hebrews 13 and 14. It says, yeah, I'm gonna start at Khan. I'll start at 12. It says, wherefore Yahushua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. Let us go therefore unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach. Yeah, you gotta be as the he go. You see the vision, you get it, you get the understanding, which is this. This should esteem you to just go on, because this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You see, everybody don't get it or whatever, man. And how the inferiors are responding to you, which is accurate and supposed to be clearly if you're superior. You know what I'm saying? You got to just push on and meet your house at the end. Go on and go on to him. He finished already, man. You know, and he did it without the gate, man. We got to do it without the camp. Okay. But it says, you got to do what you got to do, man. And what's at the end? He went to the king. He's at the kingdom. He's awaiting us, for here. And the reason why we going to go on there, because it say, for here have we no continuous city, but we seek one to come. See that? So there it is, man. And that's this. And so everything these people do to you here, you should understand why now and why it should be esteemed for you to go ahead and move forward. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and really get in my superior bag then. You know what I'm saying? To, and just push forward and push the vibration of manifesting this kingdom. Okay. This is I got one more. This is then we close out and that finish that Lamentations up. This is Luke 21. Luke 21 and verse 31. So likewise, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is nigh at hand. See that? There it is, man. So when we start to see all these things, you get, on the walk, you know what I'm saying? Realize these things on the walk, suffer all these things on this walk. You gotta understand that what? You just getting closer to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It should esteem you to go ahead and just go on towards it, man. Because here we have no continuous city. That's why we on this walk in the spirit in the first place, man. Okay, you got it. Ain't nothing here.
Yeah, Kai. I'm gonna read this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So it's just all part of the walk, this suffering, and we aware of that. And we also aware I can't say completely aware, but we aware of what's to come, which is, the true kingdom being here on earth, where these things and ways will be corrected. You call Romans chapter 14. I didn't know exactly
Yeah, it was Hebrews. That was a mistake.
Salakia or kind. So back to Lamentation chapter 4 and verse 20.
Yeah, we're gonna get one more after this, and then that'll be it. You got it.
It says, "The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord."
I say we're gonna close out in that John the 17th chapter. You got it.
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
So the breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
Yep. And yeah, and dealing with Jake getting killed, and pretty much these graves, you know what I'm saying? These intentional traps, if you will, because you got to dig a grave, a pit, you know what I'm saying, for Jake to fall in, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of Jakes losing their life throughout all these different traps, because it's a spiritual pit, and a lot of bodies in it, man. Go ahead.
Verse
That's why
21.
you got to stay on the path, man. And you got to understand that the inferior one has set pits, around this path, because ain't no pit on the path, but they're around the path. So if you go off the path, you're gonna be in the pit. Subject, go ahead, to falling in the pit. It's traps.
Lamentation 4 and 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 22, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yeah, so we right at the end, man. Why? Because we see so-called white people walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that simple. So the end already here. He just got to completely come on out and show who he is. And guess what? Before he can completely do that, we right there. Period, man. With a yoke around his fucking foot, man. You got it?
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
Lamentation 4 and 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Mm-hmm.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
And then when you get put on punishment, it's to what? It's to teach you a lesson. So this is all about a lesson, man. The Lord was just trying to teach us, man. Show us that we truly are superior, man. What an inferior world look like, man. How people respond. It's like when Stevie Wonder said that when you believe in things you don't understand and you suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, when you don't understand, you suffer. Because there ain't even no point even acknowledging that you believe in something. You don't understand it. Like how Shah say, you worship you know not what.
Okay.
We know what we worship for salvation as other Jews. You know what I'm saying? But simply you suffering for not understanding, man. And causing suffering for not understanding. And that's what this world is, man. Okay, you're not supposed to deal like that, man. This nigga, because they don't understand us, they shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. You got it.
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
Lamentations 4 and 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yep.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Right.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Yep.
He will
all
discover.
the way you did, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Completely, the Lord is just showing us what inferior people completely look like. What it is to look envious, just hateful. They completely inferior in every way. They whole nature, man. Like, look at what y'all go out of y'all way to do to us and make us look. Y'all inferior as hell, and we still right in the industries with y'all, like still picked over y'all, still clearly seen, So y'all, but y'all gonna pay for all that, y'all. Y'all finna get the foot up y'all ass. That's why we gotta go ahead and see that we don't got no continuing city here, and this is the inferiors world. Okay, it makes sense why you responded. I'm winning too hard, bro. Okay, all right. You know, we about to win. You know, and just push on, man. Because you want to do that, because that's when they gonna be taken out of power and put and subject to what this brother reading right now. You know, you got it.
Yeah, kind.
Mm-hmm.
It says, he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Mm-hmm.
He will discover thy sins.
Mm-hmm. So allow their inferiority to show you your superiority. You know, you don't fold. Get more into what you into. If it's making them feel inferior, get more into it. Just be wise about it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, you know, because you want to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you on the earth. The earth was made for our sakes. You damn right I'm walking around. You damn right I'm out here. You damn right I like this. I'm buying this. I'm doing that. You damn right. You know? The hell you talking about, man? Damn right I hold my head up when I walk past you, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell you think this is, devil?
That's something real quick.
Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 1 and 15. It says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So the Lord, off top, he's saying he's very sore displeased with the heathen. He's displeased with Edom, you know. So he's looking to give them, you know, that punishment that comes with that. And it says, for I was but a little displeased. So Lord, he had us on punishment, if you will, so for we can learn this lesson. But we was giving it to the hands of the wicked, and they forwarded the affliction, meaning they went beyond the measure that was initially thought of. And obviously the Most High is in charge of it all. So, you know, that's that. But the point being is everything that we're speaking about, all these afflictions and all these different things that we experience is just a forwards of our affliction beyond what was subscribed. So, you know, they got it coming, simply put.
Yeah, why? Obviously that show you they did it for a reason, which is because we clearly superior.
Yeah, kind of.
Why, if we beat down, why they making sure we gone and don't come back? You know? Why are they trying to eradicate us? Why? You know? Why are they doing that, man? You finished that in Lamentations?
Yep.
Okay, Con. Real quick, get one more in Proverbs 30 and 14, then we're gonna close out John.
Kind.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 14. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords, and their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor from off the earth and the needy from among men.
So these poor people gotta be superior. They gotta be a factor. You know what I'm saying? These needy people. You know? So that's why the Lord came to us, but that's what this world is doing to us. But that's why the Lord came to us in this world and gave us this word. And he was in the world to show us what? How to deal in it. You know what I'm saying? And why it makes sense to deal in it, but in a way to where we just doing what we got to do to basically hold on to Esau's end, just so we can begin, man. You know what I'm saying? Push on, press on towards the mark, man. Paraphrasing, okay? And you got to what? Ephesians 6:13. When the brother says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day and having done all to stand. Yeah, the fiery darts of Satan more so. You know, the devil. You know what I'm saying? By what? Having this understanding, because that's what the armor consists of: the truth, you know what I'm saying, the understanding, the spirit, okay, which is the sword. All right. Feet girded about with truth. We walk in truth. Let's walk in your truth. All right. And it is what it is. You know, when you're able to just be out and you amongst these devils and you just take the mentality, yeah, I know you hate me. You know what I'm saying? You're Esau, I hate you. You know, you basically keep the same disposition as you have when you're on the highways, or you watching a lesson for those that don't teach, and you in the spirit of those that are on the highways. You know, you take that same disposition without bringing the word out. You know, and telling them they Esau and they the devil. That's really it. Okay, so and that's be you what walking in truth. And see, with that, you can't really lose, no matter what may appear to happen or not happen. You ultimately can't lose because there is no combination to them that walk in your house shot, man. Okay, so this is St. John 17. We're gonna go ahead and close out in verse 12 again. It says, while I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. See, while I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. So we just got to stay in the name. We got to stay in the rep of Yahweh Bashmial Shah. The Most High, he moves a certain way, a certain aura, mindset he holds himself in, man. That's how we got to be, man. And that's what? Understanding the world that's going on, the will. He ain't scared of his own will. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know, Esau, he's Esau. We're Jacob. We're the superior. His world about to end. He made the world for our sakes. You know, he's the first author of beauty. He made the earth to be a paradise. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You know, Esau gonna do this, but if he do it, you know, we straight. See that? So that's the point. But it says, that's the name of the Lord, man. Okay, knowing how the Lord, what he stand for. It says, those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost. Lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. They lost. Esau lost. He's the lost one. He don't know what's going on. You know, they get mad at you. They want to pull you over. They want to, offend you or come off weird, try to speak to you. It's because they lost. I know why you feeling like this and you coming off like that, but you don't. You lost. So that's how we got to move. It says, right? And now I am come to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. Yeah, so while Yahweh was here, he had joy. He understood ultimately at the joy that was at the end. That's why it says he endured the cross for the joy that was set before him. He ultimately seen the end game, the picture. But it says what? It says, I have given them thy word, and it was through him having the understanding of the doctrine. You know, he is the word, but it says, and the world hath hated them because they are not of the world, and he was actually hated because of it. But he taught us the same way and how to be and gave us the same doctrine, was the doctrine of the Most High, and we became hated. But we still endure all that hate and understand these people are lost. They prove to us that, and it's because, and they prove to us they hate us, or they hate it, and it's because, or they prove to us they hate us, because we're superior, man. Okay, period. But they really don't understand these things. They notice it, but they don't understand it. And that proves them to be lost. But it says, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. And I'll close here. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from evil. And that's the point, man. It's just all about how we deal here, understanding, so we can keep moving forward. We need that esteem. The Lord's esteeming us, man. Understanding we're superior in the inferiors world for esteem towards our own, man. That's why. Understanding we're superior in the inferiors world. Why? For esteem towards our own. Our own what? Our own world, our own kingdom. When things is right side up, man. Okay? But anyway, so with that, Lord willing, it's been edifying. We're going to give our honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Lord willing, it's made sense. Until next time, Shalom. I'm a Bible Ball, BTA, the brother say, Kwame Ashala.